Hello and welcome. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. North Korea on Tuesday said it will completely cut off and shut down the liaison line between the authorities of North and South Korea, which it maintains through the North-South Liaison Office. Kim Yo-jong, a North Korean leader, threatened last week to close the office unless South Korea stopped affected groups from sending leaflets into the north. The two countries technically still remain at war since the 1950 to 1953 Korean War ended with an armistice rather than a peace treaty. Sudan, Egypt and Ethiopia on Tuesday will resume negotiations over a controversial mega dam Addis Ababa is building across the Nile. Sudan's irrigation ministry said the irrigation and water ministers from the three Nile Basin countries, including 3 observers from the United States, the European Union and South Africa, will meet via video conference to deliberate. The dam on the Blue Nile has been a source of tension with Egypt since Ethiopia broke ground on the project in 2011. Meanwhile, the German missions in Nigeria on Monday announced the donation of 26 million euros, equivalent of $32.8 million for humanitarian assistance in northeast Nigeria and bordering regions in Chad, Niger and Cameroon. The mission said £8 million, equivalent of $10 million, will go to the United Nations World Food Programme in Nigeria, 7 million euros, equivalent of $8.8 million, to the International Committee of the Red Cross in Nigeria, 5 million euros, equivalent of $6.3 million, to the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization in Nigeria, 3.5 million euros, equivalent of $4.4 million, to Caritas International, and 2.5 million euros to the Nigerian Humanitarian Fund. The German mission said the donations is in demonstration of its solidarity with Nigeria amid the pandemic. Meanwhile, following weeks of protests against police brutality and racism, United States Congress Democrats on Monday proposed a legislation to reform the American police. The Justice and Policing Act 2020, introduced on Monday according to lawmakers, will make it easy to prosecute police for misconduct, ban chokeholds, and address racism. Still in the U.S., Minneapolis officer Derek Chauvin's bail has been set at $1 million after he made his first court appearance on Monday. He is one of 3 officers charged in the murder of African-American man George Floyd. Chauvin appeared by video from Minnesota State Prison to face charges of 1 count of second-degree murder, 1 count of third-degree murder, and 1 count of manslaughter. The judge in the Hennepin County District Court set his bail at $1 million with conditions to surrender his firearms, not work in law enforcement or security in any capacity, and have no contact with the family of Floyd, and $1.2 million without conditions. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) on Monday confirmed 315 new cases of COVID-19, lifting the national total cases to 12,801. As of this Monday, the country has discharged 4,040 patients, with 361 casualties recorded. Still in Nigeria, Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, on Monday, while addressing State House correspondents after he briefed President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja on developments at the war front, said his men had achieved tremendous success. Buratai said security operatives neutralized 1,429 terrorists and arrested 116 spies in the ongoing counter-terrorism fight in the northeast. Lauding the commitment of the combatants, the army chief said he's set to rejoin them on the battlefield. We'll take a short break now. When we return, Edo 2020 Sports Festival to get new date. And still ahead, NERC hikes price of prepaid meters. Stay with us, details coming shortly.
I am a refugee from Rwanda living in Kenya, but I'm also a nurse working on the front line during this COVID-19.
I'm a refugee from Iran living in Sydney, Australia. I'm also a civil engineer running online series of live conversation with doctors for the community.
I am a refugee in Ghana, but I'm also a nursing student. I help my community to stay safe by sharing useful information on COVID-19.
I'm a South Sudanese refugee living in Nairobi, but I'm also a communication officer giving timely and verified information on COVID-19 to my community.
I'm a refugee from Burundi living in Rwanda. I'm also a refugee college guidance counselor providing support to refugee students during this pandemic. I do it for you.
I do it for you.
I do this for you.
I do it for you.
I do this for you.
I do it for you.
Welcome back. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) has increased the cost of a three-phase prepaid meter from 67,055 naira to 82,855 naira 19 kobo, and the cost of a single-phase prepaid meter from 36,991 naira to 44,896 naira 16 kobo. The NERC chairman, Professor James Momo, said the increase is as a result of recent changes in foreign exchange approved by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) and the applicable rate available to importers of meter components and fully assembled meters through investors and exporters forex window. And now in sports, the postponed Edo 2020 National Sports Festival may get a new date soon if the 11-man committee set up by the Sports Ministry to look at a possible new timetable for the event is satisfied with the measures put in place by the host state to guard against the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. The committee is expected to arrive in Benin City today to commence a 4-day tour of the facilities. The 11-man committee is made up of members of the COVID-19 Task Force, the NCDC, the Ministry of Health, the Agency for Disease Control, commissioners of sports from the 6 geopolitical zones from the country, and representatives of the Sports Ministry. The festival was postponed due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic about 3 days to its commencement in Benin City, Edo State capital. Still in sports, Nigerian Super Falcons captain and Barcelona female striker Azizat Oshoala has been listed in the Spanish Primera Ibadola team for 2019 and 2020 campaign. The campaign is dominated by Barcelona with Sandra Panos, Mapi Leon, Marian Tojeron, Patrick Guerrero and Nigeria's Oshoala. The 25-year-old footballer scored 20 goals and 1 assist in 19 appearances in the 2019-2020 campaign. She was named the best player and highest goal scorer at 2014 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. And that's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.